Every time you speak, you're handing over a map of your mind. Your fears, your desires, your flaws, it all pours out word by word. You believe in the power of speaking, but speaking means being visible. And what is visible is an easy target. Machiavelli didn't care for being likable or eloquent. He cared about control. And control begins with silence. You don't stay quiet because you have nothing to say. You stay quiet because you know the price of words. While the rest of the world is screaming to be heard, the person who keeps their peace becomes a mystery. And mystery breeds respect, fear, and power. Silence isn't a void, it's tactical invisibility. While others expose themselves, you remain hidden. But don't mistake this for being passive. This is a cold, calculated, and decisive silence. And that is exactly what people fear most. In this video, we're breaking down the 9 moments where speaking is a liability, and how silence becomes your ultimate survival skill. 1. When you are angry. The one who speaks less sees more. Someone who explains nothing can never be controlled. Anger makes a weak man visible, but silence makes a strong man invisible. Your enemies love your rage because the moment they make you snap, they've already won. You explode, you scream, you break things. And then what? You're exposed, you're exhausted, and you're no longer a threat. A smart person locks their anger away because they know that rage, if used correctly, is a weapon. The truly dangerous person isn't the one shouting, it's the one who's just smiling while calculating their next move. They take the insult and the betrayal and say nothing. Silence gives you clarity and control. It clears the fog and lets you see the board for what it really is. And then you make a silent, lethal move that no one can counter. When people look into your eyes and find only a cold void instead of the reaction they expected, they get scared. That silence isn't weakness, it's dominance. I don't fight with my emotions, I calculate. My power grows in the quiet, leaving everyone else wondering, what is he thinking? What is he going to do? Uncertainty is the definition of fear. 2. When you are winning. Speaking when you're winning also makes you look weak because success breeds envy. Power is seen as a threat, and the more you talk about it, the bigger the target on your back becomes. Visibility invites attack. The moment you announce your victory, the average people wake up, and enemies you didn't even know you had will suddenly notice you. But if you win in silence, you stay protected. Your steps stay hidden and your plans stay invisible. You become a legend not because of what you said, but because of what you didn't. Talking breeds complacency, but silence keeps you hungry. In Machiavelli's world, standing still is moving backward. Building an empire without turning the spotlight on yourself isn't just pride, it's intelligence. 3. In the face of betrayal. When you're betrayed, your first instinct is rage. Your second is pain. You want to demand an explanation, but don't play that game. Betrayal isn't a mistake, it's a choice. And you can't reach someone who's made a choice with mere words. Silence changes everything. Don't call them, don't ask why, just walk away. You leave behind a vacuum, leaving them alone with their own conscience. If you had argued, you would have shown them that you still care. But when you are silent, their very existence is erased. It makes them irrelevant and keeps you in control. They won't know when, how, or if you will ever strike back. The most terrifying person is the one who smiles, stays silent, and turns their back. Never announce your revenge. Let them forget and then remind them. 4. When you are in a crowd. In a crowd, the ones who talk the most are the weakest. Everyone is competing with noise, trying to prove their status or their intellect. While everyone else is talking to show off, you are listening to gather intelligence. Staying silent in a crowd is a cold strategy. You see who is afraid, who is lying, and who is desperate for approval. You solve everyone in the room without ever showing your own hand. That silence sends a signal. I am not like you. I'm not here to compete. I'm here to measure. People want to be understood, and when they look into your eyes and see only a mirror, they get nervous. They'll start to defend themselves and try to prove themselves to you without you even asking a question. Silence creates a void that people fill with their own fears. The person who talks is still searching for something, but the one who stays silent knows that power has already arrived. 5. Under public attack. If someone tries to humiliate you or bait you into an argument, their goal is to pull you into their game. But if you stay silent, you strip them of their power. It shifts the focus, makes you look superior, and protects your position. A king doesn't argue with a jester, he just watches. Let the fool talk until he destroys himself. Your silence should be the loudest sound in the room. 6. When you know the truth, but they are lying. If you know a truth that they are lying about, just watch. Every word they say digs their own grave a little deeper. Silence gives you the control to decide exactly when to drop the hammer. Never interrupt your enemy while he is making a mistake. Your silence is a hidden blade that only strikes once at the perfect moment. 7. When you are near power. If you are standing near the throne, stay quiet. Too much transparency kills mystery, and too much honesty creates fear. Don't tell people who you are by bragging. Tell them through your presence, your posture, and your silence. Very few people understand the weight of a silent advisor or a quiet competitor. Your words are your liability. Your silence is your asset. 8. When you are being watched. If you're being watched, be a shadow, not a target. When you stay silent, uncertainty begins. People won't know if you have a plan or if you've already won. If they're watching you, give them shadows, not the truth. And when you move, don't move with words, move with results. A decision shouldn't be announced, it should be executed. 9. When developing your plans. Never explain your future or share your big idea. Every dream has an enemy, and every intention is a point of vulnerability. If you give away the map, they'll block the road. Silence gives you the freedom to change direction and the advantage of being unpredictable. When people ask what you're working on, answer with fog. Let them do the guessing while you move quietly. Remember, silence isn't just avoiding speech, it is a hidden action. While you stay quiet, the other side talks and exposes their flaws. Silence hides the move, noise reveals the intent. If someone insults you, don't speak, you'll only level yourself with them. If someone betrays you, don't scream, your absence is their real punishment. In Machiavelli's world, the first one to speak is usually the first one to lose. It's not the loudest who wins, it's the most patient. So next time someone tries to provoke you or asks for your plan, say nothing. Just look them in the eye and let the silence do the talking. Because every second you stay quiet, you are building a power they will never see coming. Until you're at the top, exactly as you planned.